That's a lot of clapping this morning. By the way, if you're watching on live stream, I'm Barry Phipps at Twitter. You can give me a little shout out, as well as be my friend. Be my friend on Facebook. All right, that's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Now, take out your notes this morning. There's an info stat that talks about our points of passion, as well as fill in the blanks for you this morning. And today we're talking about our points of passion. And the reason is that we've all been, or I have been, to these missions conventions that go on in churches, and in churches I've been involved in the past, and they kind of give it that one day where they all dress up funny and they give that one big challenge. But it's been my desire ever since we have launched this church that we would be passionate and be on point. And let me tell you that the goal of the church is that we would be the hope of the world. Now, we understand that it's easy to be all about us. In fact, it's natural that we would be inward. And the song goes from, it's all about me, Jesus. I know that's not the way the song goes, but too often times that we are inward people, that it's about us. And if we're not careful, we can find ourselves stuck where we start, and we all start struggling. We all start coming into this journey saying, I'm hungry, or I'm hurt, or I'm struggling. And I know that, and that's why every week I try to bring something, and we try so hard to bring something that to give you from God's Word that could be practical, that you could live out. But this morning, we're going to focus outside of ourselves. And I said it last week, that it is so easy for us to become Bible gluttons. And by that I mean that we just take it all in. Give me some more worship, and that feels good. And, oh, you've got another scripture over there, and we just, we're sedentary, and we're getting bigger, and we're growing in the Lord, where we're growing so much that we need to exercise our faith just a little bit. And the fact is that God has poured so much in to each and every one of us that we're to overflow and let that outpour out of our lives and see this world changed by using our gifts for Him. Now, I believe that God's desire in our lives is not only that we would be saved, not only that we would be healed, but that God desires for us to be fulfilled by enacting our lives in such a way to change this world. Do you believe that? Now, I've got a Hollywood mind. Acts chapter 1, if you're looking at your notes, we have a verse in there. And when I read verses like this, it's almost like cartoons happen in my mind. It's almost like Spielberg exploded in there somewhere. I've been watching too many Marvel comic movies. And when I read this verse, you'll know that before Jesus lost his gravity and disappeared into the clouds, this is the way I read this verse. Here you have Jesus and the hundreds of people assembled there after his resurrection, and he's giving his final instruction to you, to me, to his church. It's called the Great Commission. And there he is. What does he say? He says, go. Well, in my mind, Jesus begins hovering just a little bit. Just a little bit above the crowd's heads. And what does he do? He points to 3 specific locations, and he says, go, and you're to go and make a difference, that you're to use your voice, that you're not to be quiet about it. You're to make a difference first where? He says first in, and I can see him just kind of pointing down right over their heads, right here in Jerusalem. And for us, that would be Northern Virginia. That would be Nova. And then I can see Jesus just hovering just a little. He puts the afterburners on just a little bit. And then he says, to Judea. And for us, and for them, it was a cosmopolitan area. And for us, it would be the whole capital region that were to make a difference. And then he just, a little bit more. And he points to Samaria. And for us, it would be the states and the United States around us. And then he ends it and he says that you're to make a difference, that you're to go to the uttermost parts of the earth and make a difference and go for his name's sake. And then, in my mind, more dramatic than Superman, a little slower, just dun, da, 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 and he disappears into the clouds. They're all looking up there into the clouds, and then an angel comes and says, "Hey, what are you doing staring up into the clouds? Didn't you hear what he said? Now get out there and go." That's the way I see it. Now, our American economy has been described as a consumption-based society. Have you ever heard that? That we're consumers, that's part of the American culture. And so this is what I'd like you to write in your margins this morning. If you would write this, that it's not the Great Consumption, it's the Great Commission. It's not the Great Consumption, it's the Great Commission that Jesus gave before the ascension. Now, that would be a great rap if I wasn't so white, okay? I'm just a plain white rapper. Now, real religion in James chapter 1 is this. It's there in your notes. It says, reach out to the homeless. Reach out to the widows and the orphans. And then it says this, that they're in their poverty. They're in their plight. And so it's our mandate that the local church would do something about the issues of this world. And so when I read verses like this, and as I was preparing, I couldn't help but think that you are doing something about this and you may not even know it. In fact, if you take that info stat sheet that talks about our points of passion, there is a couple that is reflected in there, and I'll give you a few hints of who they are. Maybe some of you know that she lived with us for a couple of years in her 20s before she prepared to be a missionary and met this guy. And they were here the last 2 weeks. She's pregnant, okay? And I can't say where they minister to because they're in a sensitive area of the world. I can't say their name on live stream today, but they were here. They're ministering in a church right now. Okay, maybe anybody know who I'm talking about? Some of you do, okay? They've come home off the field. Why? Because she's going to have another baby. And they were over at our house, and they're really like family. In fact, my girls call her their older sister. And as I'm talking to him, we'll call him Bob. Maybe I should call him Matthew, Mark, or John, okay? As I'm talking to him, he's talking to me about where he's ministering, and he says, where I am, there's no division between homelessness and rich and poor. There's a few rich people, but there is no poor area. The poor are right outside the doorsteps of the rich. And then he says, in the center of the place I minister, now get this, there's 2.5 million people living almost out in the open in little cardboard shanties. 2.5 million people per square mile. And then he kind of looked up at me, and I know that he was just talking, but it made an imprint on my spirit when he said, you know, families are flocking to us. Muslim families are flocking to us because we're giving them a free Christian education. And I just believe as they give their lives to Jesus that God is going to drop into their spirit, into their mind, real creative ways to solve the impossible situation in which they live in. And then he said this, with God, all things are possible, and I believe it. Do you believe it? I do. Well, you've been helping there. You've been helping build Bible colleges in Cuba. You heard that a couple weeks ago. You helped start a church in Indonesia. And you may not know this, but you've been helping rescue and lead to Jesus and rescue young women out of brothels, out of sex slavery. Again, one of my students in ministry, now she lives in Russia. They've got this Freedom House that she's connected with in Moldova, and you've been helping them. And it's my point of view that you've not done social justice for anybody until you've done them spiritual justice. That they need not only to be brought out of situations like that, but they need Jesus, and that's exactly what they do. And I also believe that you've not done spiritual justice until you've done them social justice, and it's so cool as they reach out to them, they bring them in, and they teach them life skills. They give them not only Jesus, but they give them a platform in which that they can go on and live in freedom. You're doing that, and you didn't even know it. Come on, smile at me. This is time to say, hey. We've been training a couple, and they're going to go out and raise up children workers in Africa. Some of you know them, Tim Land and Jenny. Now, you might not know this, but I'm Jewish. My mom, her parent, my grandparents, they escaped the Holocaust in Germany when they were very young. And so I've got a heart for the Jewish people, and you didn't know it, but we've been reaching out and assisting outreach in Jerusalem, evangelistic outreach in Jerusalem. That's cool. And I wanted to give you that focus this morning, and I want to talk about where we're focusing in the future. And we have... We're heading towards Thanksgiving, and we are coming up and we're focusing on doing some very strategic things to help out single moms and help children. And some of you know about Serve. Okay, there's some local partners that are reflected in that InfoStat sheet, and we partner with Serve. What do? They help families that are displaced, and they help them out in tough times. In fact, Jillian Ekanamu, who goes to our church, she was in first service. If you get on the database and you check out, you can actually email her. She's going to put some things together for this Thanksgiving time and through Christmas that we can help out in some real practical ways. If you're interested in that, you can give her a little shout out. If you can't remember all that, you can talk to us. We'll connect you. But we've also helped out with, let me get it right, Spiritual Support Care Ministries. And we partnered together with them. I know some of you have been involved with that. And we're actually doing a small group called Grief Share this semester that many of you have been involved in. We helped buy some medical equipment this last year for CareNet Pregnancy Resource Center. And what they do is they get involved in these women that have unplanned pregnancies, and they join in with them from the medical aspect, and they help them all along their journey so that they will become moms, and they don't drop the ball there. They stick right with them. Now, nationally, we've been involved in training and seeding and launching churches. Now, you may have heard this phrase called ARC, A-R-C, that this is an ARC church. Why? Because they helped us, and they trained us and seeded us and launched us. And you need to know this, that 2% of the monies that are given here at the Sound go towards helping churches launch, and we help these couples get their start. In fact, this year, we're on pace to do much more than 2%, because you didn't know this, but we gave $3,000. You gave $3,000 to Hill City Church that just began about 3 weeks ago up in Alexandria. Now, there's so many different things that we're doing, and I'm going to try to cram them all in. But one thing that we try to do is not... Is it okay that I didn't give any fill-ins yet? Is it okay that we talk about this stuff? We try to hold back on our commitment, our monthly commitment, so not everything is committed in our points of passion money, so that if there's a crisis or something comes up, we can help them. Well, Mike and LaDonna Consolo, they came right out of this church. We prayed for them up here, and they went out to Agape Ministry and helping out with this orphanage and television ministry and this network of like 1,000 churches. They're helping and assisting as missionaries in Ghana. Now, some of you have been following them on Facebook. You know they got that cute little baby, right? Okay? I've been liking my way all the way there in Ghana. Now, they got to Ghana a couple weeks ago, and they were out ministering. And while they were at church, somebody came in, pillaged their home, stole a lot of what they brought over, and they're like, man, what are we going to do? You didn't know it, but we sent them some extra, quite a bit of extra funds so that they wouldn't be without with their new baby. You did that. Also, one last thing, this is really cool, is that Doug Weed called me a couple months ago and said we had this opportunity to rescue some young girls out of Nigeria. Now he's the head of the board of this school called Canyonville Christian Academy, and they do a reverse missions deal where they bring students from all over the world, Muslims, Buddhists, whatever, and they give them a Christian education. They come to Jesus, they send them back as leaders. Well, he had this opportunity to rescue some of these girls out of Nigeria, and one of them, her father was martyred by Boko Haram, and you may have followed that in the news. And you were able to help them get here to Canyonville Christian Academy. That's pretty awesome. You need to understand this. Can we talk? It's all right. Every once in a while. Can we talk? Okay, you need to know this about me. You know how some of you look in the mirror sometimes and it gets tough being a parent, right? And you look in the mirror and you say, you're the parent. You can do this thing. Well, every once in a while, I'm the pastor. Okay? Let me look at you. Let me talk to you. Is that you need to understand this about me. Is that when I was young, talking about in my 20s, right after I was trained, I knew that God called me to ministry. I didn't know where. That's a big prayer. Where? Where do you want me? The world's big. Where do you want me? I wanted to be a missionary. I wanted to be a missionary. Bad. And I went, got training. Trish, she came to join me. And we were dating, and we knew we'd get married. And she is a nurse. So you see where this is going, a nurse and a preacher. There's a lot that you could do in missions. And I had one of those pivotal moments. And have you had the pivotal moment where you said, okay, God, there's so many different ways that I can go in this 360 view. Where do you want me aiming? And I remember, it was like yesterday, praying and pleading, saying, God, would you let me? I want to be a missionary. And it was one of those moments, it wasn't audible, but I deeply sensed no. And honestly, and this may be foreign to you, but it was very disappointing to me. And I remember my response to the Lord was this, that, okay, God, I'll stay here if the people that I work with and that I minister to had the heart to go. And what I was praying is, Lord, whomever I minister to, wherever I minister here, that you would put it in the heart of them to have a compassion and a passion for this world. Now let me warn you, how many of you have children here at the sound? They're there somewhere, they're playing, they're learning about Jesus. I want to warn you, if you are not open to them going, if you don't want them ever and you just cannot consider them going, go get them now, run, hide them, because my prayer is that we would have an open hand and we'd see this world impacted for Jesus. Let me tell you that right now. Now this next year is really going. I feel like we really need to redouble our efforts on Europe. That's been in my heart, that we already are giving, and I'm looking at Europe, and the Islamification of Europe is a dire thing. They say by the year 2040 that if something's not done, all of these European countries that have the cross on their flag are going to be majority Muslim by the year 2040 if we don't do something about it. And I want to do something about it. And so over this next year, we're already giving towards Europe, and it is a major focus of the ARC. But we're going to redouble our efforts to give towards seeing a change in Europe. Believe me, they're no longer a Christian region. And then you've already been winning and rescuing people out of these brothels and these young women, and that's just on my heart. We're helping out with this Moldovan one, but they have a network of these kind of freedom houses all through Europe and India. And in this next year, I want to kind of increase our efforts towards that. And then the third thing is that we have been a church for now 4 years. We had our 4-year anniversary. And we've done some missions trips in the past, and it's been awesome. And really, it was focused where you need to start. We had missions trips that primarily our youth ministry was involved in. But we're going to do more. And so this summer, Charity and Hope and Lydia and Joe, they're getting together, and we're looking to, we don't have it in concrete yet, but we're looking at going to Nigeria, where you all are in Nigeria. Nicaragua, thank you. I got so many countries going through my head. We're going to the world! Believe me, we'll have more missions trips as we grow. That was prophecy. Well, we're going to Nicaragua, and there's two possibilities: working with Convoy of Hope or working with an orphanage and doing some children's ministry. Now, those are the three things I believe that we should focus on. And, okay, if you don't understand this, our points of passion is this: that every dollar that comes into the sound, 10% of it goes towards these things that you see on your points of passion info stat sheet right there. But know this: last year we gave 11%. Of all the offerings, of all the tithes that came into the sound, we gave away 11%. And this year already, we've been giving 14% of what comes in our offerings to this. And you just needed to know that this is where my heart is. This is what I live for. This is where my passion is. So hopefully you've got your message notes today, and some of you are saying, what are we going to do with these fill-ins? Here we go. Here's 3 words I want you to write down, and then I'm going to bring you a short little word after you write these 3 words down, and there are 3 things that I want you to do in response to all that you've heard and that little info stat that reports what we're doing around the world. Here's 3 things that I think that we need to do together and to live this thing out. And the first one is this: I want everyone that's listening, I want you to pray. I mean, I'm asking you to pray. I want you to take this little info. Pastor Roger did a good job. There was a lot of number crunching. We didn't even know what we were doing. I'm just going to be honest with you. We had no idea we were doing all this. We were just doing it. But then we synthesized it, and here it is. And what I want you to do is take this and make it your prayer list. I mean, put it in your Bible, or if you use your iPad as your Bible, put it in your iPad cover. And I mean, every day when you have your daily quiet time, I mean, I want you to bleed this. I want you to pray this. I want you to take this out, and I want you to pray prayers that go like this: Lord, would you just move by your Spirit in those 2 services at the sound? Would you just draw people that need to know Jesus? And would you open up their heart? And would they just give their lives to you just easily? Let's see it happen. And then I want you to pray for Grief Share. And I want you to pray that God would just impact people's hearts that are just in the throes of loss and grief. And then you could pray for those young women that are in the valley of decision, and that you'd pray that they would just resist the temptation of going the easy route and having an abortion, and that God would just work in their lives and in their hearts for life, and that you would pray that God would empower our students and say, oh, Jesus, just pour your Spirit out on every junior high and high school in this Tri-County area, and empower those edge clubs. And let's see some more students and see a revival happen in our day, and not just read about it. And that we would pray that there would be these more and more and more young women rescued from these brothels. You get the idea. And pray this in the name of Jesus. Well, I'm not alone in asking you to do this. Jesus told us really with mathematical certitude. He told us with laser-like effect. He said that the need that we would see would be like an ocean of grief, and what we could do would seem like just a drop in the ocean. What did Jesus say? It's there in your notes in Matthew chapter 9, that there'd be all this herd outside our window. And he said the harvest is what? Is humongo. I mean, it's huge. It's big. It's massive. And then he said this. He said the laborers just aren't many. It's just, this apple picking time. How many of you have gone apple picking? I mean, those apples are ripe. It's like there's a whole orchard just out there for the picking. And there's not enough day laborers. Just isn't enough. And Jesus was concerned that what was ripe on the vine may not be harvested. He went on to say, what should be our response? Should we work harder? More money? No, he said, ask the Lord of the harvest. The problem is a people problem. Ask that the Lord would call more people and mobilize churches to make a difference in the world. Here, first, we need to pray. Here, second, we better move on. I could be in trouble in this message. Pray that the pastor preaches quickly. Second one's go. So you pray and then you go. And what I'm asking you to do, and I appreciate you giving. Believe me, I appreciate you giving. But we need to go. We need to ask what we physically can do to be involved. And I know some of you have been involved in CareNet Pregnancy Resource Center and have volunteered as counselors. And you just need to ask yourself, what can I do with my body? Maybe you're a mom or a dad and you have a junior high student or a high school student. You could come and bake brownies and be with the students as they're reaching out as campus missionaries at their Edge Club. You could do that. Or maybe you could pick out a single mom in our midst and you could babysit for them when they're going to a small group. Or maybe you could just give them a night out of rest. Come on now, being a single mom is tough. There's so many things that we could do to reach out. So we need to go. And at the sound, one thing I want to say is this, is that I, as your pastor, okay, it's one of those moments again, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm him, is that I would like every person that goes to the sound at one point in their life to actually go on a missions trip. I've been on I've lost track of how many I've been on. And let me tell you that when you see what God is doing around the world, you'll never, ever be the same, ever. And so we're going to do more missions trips and have more opportunities, maybe Nigeria as we grow. But let me tell you, sometime in your life, go on a missions trip. Just take it from me. And there's opportunities to get involved right here at the Sound in the Dream Team. And then we have these acts of kindness cards. We put them in your worship guide last week. They're in the cafe. We have a few left. And we're going to order some more. But maybe tomorrow you can use these. It says something extra to show that God loves you. Something extra to show that God loves you on one side. Talks about our church on the other. And maybe tomorrow you could buy some Dunkin' Donuts. Go to work. Put this on top. Or you could go to Starbucks. I mean, when you're in the drive-thru, you need to look in your rearview mirror and kind of count, make sure that it's not too many people. It could be costly, and you can decide. I know for me, it doesn't matter because it's almost like it's free. I use that precursor to the Mark of the Beast, that little app that the Starbucks has. And I mean, you look in the rearview mirror. I don't care if it's a 15-passenger van. It doesn't seem like it costs anything, and it's just like, boop. And then you can give the cashier the card for the person behind you, or prayerfully you can go out to eat. Kind of scan the restaurant, give it to the waiter and say, hey, see that table over there? I'm going to pay for them. They can give them that card. And I actually got this idea for this card from the church that Faith, my youngest daughter, is being trained in their college to be a worship leader. And did I say that right? Okay, well, you're laughing at me. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this? No? And Faith goes to this college, and at their church they use these. I got that idea from them, and actually they told me the story of where some people from their congregation was at a deli, and God moved on their heart, and they had one of these cards to pay for her sandwich, and it was real simple. And then the testimony came back that next week that she wrote to them and said, I was considering suicide. I was going to have a meal and go home and kill myself. And because of that little act, that little care that Jesus loves you, turned her heart towards life. And I'm just saying that what's $5 to somebody to share that God loves them? I mean, you could be out to eat after today. I'm telling you, go out to eat today. Bring one with you and leave, like this huge, maybe as much as your bill. Leave that as your tip. I want to be known as a generous church. That's one of my goals. And that waiter that's waiting on you in this economy right now is probably some young student that has, up to their ears in debt. When they're done in this economy, they don't even know what kind of job they can get into other than what they're doing in helping you and serving you. Or they might be some single mom and everybody's just sniping at her saying it's cold and you're slow. And they're just working 3 jobs because they're a single mom. And what would $50? Lay it down. If you got it. A little bit that show you Jesus loves you. I want to be a church that's generous. I love this verse we read last week, Isaiah 6, 8, and 9. It says, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? My eyes are searching the earth for someone to do it." And the response was, "Here am I, Lord. Send me." And I want the response. When the Lord listens to the sound, I want him to hear a group that's saying, "Here am I, Lord. Send me." That's what I want. I warned you that this is what I live for. So we're going to pray every day and we're going to live these points of passion out. Here's number 3, and then we're going to move fast here. And the third one is give. Now that's when you expect me to say something about money, but I'm not just talking money. I'm talking about giving your passion, giving your heart, giving your creativity, giving your mind, giving everything you have. This is the mandate that Jesus gave us. And by the way, while I was preparing this message, Mark works with our accountant. I called him and I just felt moved on my heart. And I don't want you to give out of compulsion, emotionally. Usually when I take a special, any kind of offering, I give people weeks, if not over a month, to think about it, because I don't think it's right to have people giving out of compulsion. And I've asked Joe at the end of the service just to kind of just pray. And then we'll, no giving talk, none of that. Smile at me, okay? You've been to church here before, No, we do. And so I've sensed that, and this takes faith for us to do. I mean this. But we're going to receive an offering today, and 100% of that is going to our points of passion. Usually $1 out of $10 at least. Today, all of it. And I believe that God's going to bless us because of that, because that's what Jesus does. Somebody say amen. You realize that? So here's 2 things. Why are we passionate, and why are we living out our passion with a point? And let me give you 2 real quick points. And they're going to be fast. And they are so simple that they're profound. They're so simple that instead of saying amen, you're probably going to say, duh. Okay? But they're true. And this is what motivates us. And the first one is this. It's a fill-in for you. It's Jesus loves me. Let's say that together, could we? Say it. Jesus loves me. Now let's say it like we mean it. Jesus loves me. Doesn't that feel good? As I was preparing this message, I had the sense that somebody needed to know that. Jesus loves me. It says in the scripture, in Ephesians 5:27, it says that he died so that he could give the church to himself like a bride in all her beauty. Yesterday I did a wedding ceremony for Jeff and Rachel. Jeff Moore is usually back there in the media team. When we were gathering together a launch team for this church, we had like 11 people in the basement. He was like number 12 or 13. And at that time, he didn't know God. I'm not 100% sure how he even found us. He'd not had a church background, but as we were trying to gather a launch team, he gave his heart to Jesus. Isn't that cool? And then later on, Rachel came. This is my friend. Came to our Bible study. I said it in the marriage ceremony that one day he called her honey. And I looked at Tricia. After they left, I said, they're not just friends. We knew that already. And you should have seen the way that he looked at her. You ever been to a wedding and you see that look? It's like sick. In Song of Songs, it talks about, she says, I was sick with love. And that's what it was yesterday. It was just sick. Listen, that's how much Jesus loves you. He didn't marry us, his bride, because we were white. But he died on the cross, and his blood was shed so that when we came to him just dirty, we came to him rebellious and going our own way, he cleaned us up, and then we became that white bride. That's cool. Revelations 21, 1 through 3, I'm going to read it. It's John the Apostle. This is what he saw. He said, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. Listen, heaven's real. It's not just a movie. I preached about heaven, like a 4 or 5 week series. It's on the app called Paradise. Heaven is going to be absolutely cool. I want to go there. Anybody else who'd like to go to heaven? Hey, who else? I see that hand. Oh boy, I see that. Hallelujah, I see that hand. John goes on to say, I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from heaven, from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, now the dwelling of God is with men, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. Jesus loves me. I'm his bride. Now that motivates me. But you know what else motivates me? To have passion for others and for this world. And here's your second fill-in. Are you ready? Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Listen, if you're on live stream, somebody gave their life to Jesus on live stream. Listen, wherever you are, even if it's in the future on the Sound Church app, you need to hear it. It needs to go out. It needs to go out to the ends of this earth. Jesus loves me. My wife tells this girl at her work, I shouldn't say this. Hopefully she doesn't listen to our podcast. She says, Trish says, I just did that, whatever, at the work. And she goes, why? Aren't you special? Kind of irritating. And then Trish goes, yes, I'm his favorite. Listen, we're all Jesus' favorite. He loves me and he loves you. He loves y'all. And that's the way they say it in Fauquier County. 2 Corinthians 5:14 and 15, and we'll go to prayer. For Christ's love compels us, because we're convinced that one died for all, and therefore all died, and he died for all, that those who live should no longer live for who? They should no longer just live for themselves, no longer just consumers, not just consumption, but for him who died for them and raised again. Bow your heads, close your eyes. Listen, with your heads bowed and your eyes closed. Listen, I've been a believer for some time, and sometimes I need to say it out loud. I know me. I know my shortcomings. I know my failures. To you, I may be the pastor, but I know I fall short. And just to say, Jesus loves me because of what he did on the cross, because of the trust that I gave him. He loves me. Has set me free. It sets me free. And it'll set you free too, because Jesus loves you. With your heads bowed and your eyes closed, there was a reason Jesus came. There was a reason Jesus died, and it was for your sins. It was for your failing. It was for your shortcomings. and he can come into your life this very moment. He can erase your yesterdays. He can set your day, this day, straight. You can begin a relationship with him, and he can make your tomorrows filled with joy, filled with purpose. So with your heads bowed and eyes closed, maybe you've been a believer for some time and you wandered off the path. You began the journey, but you wandered, or maybe this is your first time. And you know that you need to open up the door of your heart. You know that you need to receive that love that he's sharing to all of us right now by his Spirit, that he wants to make you that bride dressed in white, that no matter what you've done, he can wash it away and embrace you. If that's you right now, you know you need to give your life to Jesus. I'm not going to have you stand. I'm not going to have you come forward, embarrass you in any way. But if that's you, if you just lift up your hand, I want to pray with you. You're saying, Pastor Barry, count me in. I know I need to give my life to him. I need to receive his love right now. If that's you, just lift up your hand right now. Awesome. Awesome. And then you can put it right back down. That's great. Proud of you for doing that. It takes courage. Is there anyone else that would say, today's my day? Awesome. Pray this prayer with me. Pray something like this. Jesus, I need you. I know that I'm a sinner. I know I've done my own thing. But I thank you for rescuing me. I thank you for loving me. I thank you for dying on the cross for me. Now, Jesus, come into my life. Take away my sin. Give me a brand new start. And then say these important words. Say, Jesus, be my Lord. Say, Jesus, be my Lord. And give me the power of your Spirit to live for you. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Now listen, if you've given your life to Christ in these last months, or if you've never obeyed God, or if you just feel that you need to do it again, we'll do that. But we're baptizing people in water in 2 weeks. And we'd love to baptize you. If you're interested in that, you can fill out that connection card part of that worship guide. Tear it out. Let us know. Put it in the offering today, and we'll dunk you in 2 weeks. Love you guys.